Okay, I think if I put that right there, that's gonna work. I just love Waterford crystal. This is one of my new Waterford pieces. Isn't it just lovely? It just sparkles. Look at the beautiful cut work in it. It's just spectacular. Here's the label. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. While I'm just sitting here and adjusting some of my beautiful cut glass. As many of you know, I've been emptying out my house. It's a long process, and I'm paring it down to just essentials. And as I said before, the only things I'm keeping are those things that are the most beautiful and the most functional. So my Waterford crystal bowl falls under the area of most beautiful. Well, I'm so glad you guys decided to join us today. Yesterday I didn't get out a video. I was really busy working on cleaning my house, and then I had a lot of readings. And so I didn't get out Wiccan Wednesday. But I thought today we'd combine Wiccan Wednesday and Vlog Thursday and go out and have an adventure and look at magical things. So come on along. You know, right now we're coming up on Mabon. On September 21st is going to be our Sabbat of Mabon. And hopefully later today I can get posted on Facebook the ritual we're going to do on Sunday. On Sunday we're going to have a gathering of the Order of the Purple Cord on the show The Witching Hour. And we're going to do a ritual for Mabon. But I thought today I'd share a little bit with you about Mabon. And this is taken from Scott Cunningham's book, Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. I recommend this book. So let's take a look at this. This is in this book in the chapter called The Days of Power. And here's a section on Mabon. Mabon, circa September 21st, the autumn equinox is the completion of the harvest begun at Lunasa. Once again, the day and night are equal, poised as the god prepares to leave his physical body and begin the great adventure into the unseen toward renewal and rebirth of the goddess. Nature declines, draws back its bounty, readying for winter. And in its time of rest, the goddess nods in the weakening sun, though fire burns within her womb. She feels the presence of the god even as he wanes. Tubies, I just got in. You know, it's so crazy. I forgot to bring my camera with me, so I didn't get to film my shopping. But I thought I'd show you here what I got. I went to Michael's and I got some cool art supplies. So let's take a look at these. By the way, my Louis Vuitton bag went with me on the adventure today, but he got nervous because it was starting to rain. I think the storm is actually moving in here, so I had to get him out of the rain, and he's here with me. I tell you, I just love Michael's Crafts. I'm going to practically be living there as I renovate my house. But let me show you some of the cool stuff I got. Well, one of the first things I got was this these canvases. It's a 2-pack of canvases. They're stretched and primed, 12 inch by 24 inch. So they're kind of long and narrow, as you can see. These will be great because I have some hallway areas where these will be perfect for paintings. One of the other things I got was I bought me a beautiful black t-shirt. You know I love black t-shirts. I wear them all the time. It's interesting. I found out that in the minimalist community, a lot of people take their minimalism even into their clothing, and they wear simple, basic black and white clothes. I don't think you have to do that, but I've always been a bit of a minimalist when it comes to my clothing anyways, because, oh, I'm knocking stuff over. I always wear t-shirts like this anyway, so I got a black t-shirt. Okay, now going in my bag, I got some really cool metallic silver paint. I've been looking for this. Every time I'd look for silver, I could only find little tiny, 1 or 2 ounce tubes. I needed a lot of silver because I'm going to paint large canvases in silver. So I got me a giant one. It's 16 fluid ounces of silver paint. This will really work for me, so I'm excited about that. I also got me a giant red acrylic because I've been wanting this also. And so I got this. This one is, I think this one's 16. Which is this one? Let's see. Yeah, this is 1 pint. I don't know how many ounces that is. I don't remember my math, but it's a lot of, I think that's like 32 ounces. It's a lot of red paint. Let's hope I don't spill it on the carpet. And then I got my canvases. So that's kind of what I bought today. Not a lot. As I'm even trying to be minimalist in my shopping, I only buy exactly what I need. So guys, here we are in front of my Wheel of the Year tapestry. And since we're coming up on Mabon, I thought we'd also talk a little bit about that today. Now guys, please pardon my mess. I'm moving this altar actually into my bedroom. And so I've got stuff on top of it here that I've been unboxing and taking out and moving. So down here the altar is not good, but the tapestry is really what I want you to see here. Over here we are on the Wheel of the Year. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, we're at Mabon. Now to give you a sense of where we are, down here at the bottom is Litha. That was the summer solstice. Then in August, we had Lammas on August 1st. And now we're moving around the year to Mabon. And Mabon is right before Samhain. And after Samhain, we'll be up to Yule. We'll be back to the beginning of the wheel. So we're pretty much getting to the last quarter of the wheel here. And Mabon is another harvest festival. Now down here at Lammas, we had the first harvest. Okay, and this is the gathering of the grains. Now at Mabon, we're having the kind of the final gathering of the grains. There'll actually be one more gathering right at Samhain, but this is kind of the main harvest here where people store up stuff for the winter. In the old days, this was like, if this harvest turned out bad, you were going to have a bad winter. But luckily, we live in a modern world, most of us, and we don't, in some ways don't have to worry about that as much as we used to. But so here we are at Mabon. Now at Mabon, the Lord is getting close to death. He's weakening, he's aging. And as we look outside to the world around us, we'll notice, as Scott Cunningham said, nature is withholding its bounty. And so the leaves are starting to fade. They're not as vibrant and green. The grass is starting to fade. And you'll notice that, leaves are beginning in some places to fall from the trees. So we're moving from the time to here, the solstice of the Sun Lord at the height of his power, to his middle age, which was at Lammas, and now we're at Mabon, which would be like the Lord's old age. Remember, the Lord, as he goes through the wheel, he ages. He's born at Yule, and then he grows for the first half of the year till he's at his power down here at the solstice, and then he ages, and then at Samhain the Lord will die. And we'll talk about the Lord's passing when we get closer to Samhain. But right now, the Lord is getting weak and old, and the goddess, though, loves him still and stands by him and gives him nurturing. She knows that the Lord will be passing into the spirit world, but she stands beside him. What the irony of the Wiccan, belief is, though, that at Mabon, the goddess is already bearing the son who will be born at Yule. So even though her Lord is going away, within her is beginning the Lord who will yet be born. And so this is a time of transition between the living Lord and the Lord yet to come. And so it's a mystical time. And as I said, once we get up to Samhain here, this is where the Lord will pass into the spirit world, or the summer land. So we're getting close to the end of the Wheel of the Year. And here you can see our wheel in its totality. So as we approach Mabon, this is the autumnal equinox. This is again where we have the balance between the light and the darkness. And the equinoxes are wonderful times to think about where there is imbalance in your life. And at the equinoxes, there is power available to again find balance. One of the things that this equinox has inspired for me is, as I've talked about, my journey into minimalism. I think I've weighed too far on the extreme side of too much material stuff. And at this equinox, it gives me time to reflect, to bring balance back, so that I can be in the world and yet not controlled by the world. I encourage you, think about areas of your life where you've been extreme. Maybe it's extreme in eating or drinking or smoking. Wherever you are in that, now there's no judgment attached to this, okay? Let me just clarify. This time is a time of renewal and a time of healing. So if you're somebody who has an extreme behavior, maybe you have an eating disorder, maybe you have obsessive compulsive disorder, maybe you just have anxiety. The equinox means all things in equal measure. And so it's a time just to rest and to gather the harvest in your life. Think about the good things you've done. There's also a lot of good that you've done this year. It's not all bad. So don't be harsh on yourselves. Try to think about the good and try to bring that into balance with those areas of your life that may not be so balanced. I think we all, no matter who we are, where we are, work on this balance. And so this festival of Mabon is not only a time to celebrate the Lord giving of his harvest energy and the goddess nurturing us, it's also a time for us to receive their nurturing to have that balance back in our lives. So I encourage you to think about that today. So guys, I'm going to work on getting the Mabon ritual written today. Hopefully it'll be on Facebook tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes. But I'm working on it. And I hope that you guys will come out Sunday to the Witching Hour. It's going to be a live broadcast. And, you know, what I'm going to do is post the ritual early, you know, like hopefully today or tomorrow. And you can gather the things you need. And when you tune in, you can go along with us through the ritual and do it in your own home. And so I invite you to, you know, to be open to that and join us on Sunday. It's going to be Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time, which will be 7 Central U.S. time, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. It'll be 1 a.m. London time, 2 a.m. Paris time. So if you're up late and, you know, or up early or whatever your schedule is, join us on Sunday evening and we'll have our Mabon ritual and we'll talk more about that. Well guys, I really appreciate you being here today. I'm sorry I forgot to bring my camera when I went shopping. Oh, I was about to kick myself, I tell you. I got there and I reached in my bag to pick up my camera. I said, oh, I left I was charging my camera and I left it. So I didn't get to show you my shopping, but that's all right. You know we always got more shopping to do, so we'll do that again. But I'm so glad you're here. Listen, I also want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday or the day before yesterday. On Tuesday, we had our messages from the spirit world. And I took phone calls from everybody. And I so enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to all of you who came out for that. I had the best time. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's in the queue right before this video. And so many of you wrote to me and said, Bob, we want to do this again. We will do it again. Maybe not every week, but we'll have it a little more regularly. So I will let you know about that. But definitely keep it here at Spirit Channel. Well, guys, listen, I had a great time. I've got more work to do and more readings to do. So I'm going to keep this short. But I can't wait to show you my artworks as they come along and my house as it comes along. And so we got a lot we'll be doing in the coming weeks, and I'm just glad you're here. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. By the way, help Psyche Baba. I need you to like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, post it on your page, post it on your Facebook. Get the word out about Spirit Channel. We'd love for you to bring your friends here, and you know, the more the merrier. As I've always said, we're a big family here, and I'm so glad you guys are here with me. Well, anyways, I'm going to keep it short, as I said. So we'll be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. Paranormal Friday. I think tomorrow we're going to work on experimenting with an antique radio to see if we can get messages through it. It's kind of like a ghost box. I have an old radio from the 1950s, and we're going to do some experiments with it. So be here tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. You guys are the best. Sending blessings to you. Thanks so much. By the way, if you want to get on my schedule for a reading, I have a new telephone number for those of you who haven't heard it, just in case you don't know. It'll be in the box below as well. 703-825-3929. And that's my office number if you want to call and get on the schedule for a reading. You know, private reading. It's you and me one-on-one for an hour. We answer all your questions. We cover everything. Past, present, future, spirit guides, messages from deceased loved ones. We look at your life mission, your theme, what you're here to do, and I answer all your questions. So give me a call, 703-825-3929, and we'll get you on the schedule. You guys rock. I love you. We'll see you here tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed be.